Hey y'all, it's Sean, and thank you for joining me on today's video. Today we're going to continue my efforts on the little 2002 Chevy S10 Hot Wheels truck. Let me ask you a question. Are you the kind of person that will take minor issues and details, so to speak, and just sweep them under the rug, deal with them later, or maybe never? Well, I have to confess that I am guilty of having done that in the past. But today is not that day. So let's take a look at what we're going to be working on. Alright, well here we have our proverbial rug. It's this dash mat. However, we have some issues hiding underneath this one. If I take this dash mat off, we can see there's not really much going on up here in terms of how many things we have up here that could be affected. There's 4 things up here, and out of these 4 things, 3 of them are broken. First thing we have is this speaker grill here on the driver's side. It is just totally blown out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think somebody was replacing an inspection sticker or cleaning. I don't really know, but I suspect that it was brittle from the heat and their hand went through it, or they put something on it, whatever, I'm not sure. But you can tell it's completely blown out. A little bit more difficult to tell is this heater vent. But this heater vent here in the middle is also, well, I don't know how I could show it any better than that. It's literally crumbling and falling apart into pieces. So we need to look at that, we need to replace that. The last thing is not so evident. That is the daylight sensor on the dash. The daylight sensor for this truck is used for the automatic daytime driving lights. It's a safety feature. When it senses daylight, it will turn on the daylight driving lights whenever the car is in gear. If it's nighttime, then it turns on the automatic headlights. So in terms of manually or operating your headlights, this truck is great. It'll do all that for you. However, this sensor is not working. So what it's doing is actually turning on the headlights every time you start the car. The headlights. Doesn't matter if it's daytime, nighttime, or what have you. So you're constantly driving with the headlights. Alright, so that's going to be the other thing. We're going to replace that sensor. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is take the Old Grille off. I have a little Phillips head screwdriver, stubby screwdriver here, that's going to allow us to do that. Should be able to just remove this speaker cover. Oh, there we go. It's still very brittle. As a matter of fact, part of it broke off as I was just taking it off there. Alright, well, let's go ahead and pop the new one on. I have it right here in this box, wrapped up in some plastic. It looks pretty much like the old one without the middle part broken out. So I'm going to say, let's go for it. Alright, so now let's move on to removing this vent grill, which I can tell already is very brittle, so I guess I'm just going to reach up here and try to pull it apart. Oh my lord, look at that. It's just splintering into all kinds of pieces. I'm going to have to try to get all those out. That's bad. That's bad. Well, I'm afraid that there are many pieces that probably fell down into the vent. Hoping that's not going to be an issue. Alright, so here is the new grill. And it is definitely not brittle like that other one was. So it looks like it's just has some clips on here, pop it into place. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it up there and see if we can get it to pop into place. Woo! That was like a wrestling match. But it's in there, sweat marks and all. Okay, let's get to this last part. Clean up some of this trash. I need him. Doesn't hurt or help. And it's only about 4,230 degrees Fahrenheit inside this truck. Okay. So, for this one, in order to change out the sensor, and I have the new one right here in this little bag, I'm going to have to remove this speaker grill too. So let's get to that. Man, I want to be very careful. As brittle as that vent was, I do not made for getting to these things. Okay. All right. Well, there we have our little sensor right here. Let's see if we can pull this one off. I want to break the wires, so I'm going to do this kind of carefully. Especially the brittle of it is here. Oh my goodness. Twist it and remove it from the grill. That's a much better idea. So there's our sensor. And I think there's a little lever here. You can pull up on that little lever. I think I can remove the sensor. And there it is. There's the old one. So putting the new one in should be exactly the same, but reverse. So let's get the new one out of here. Do it the old-fashioned way. Just tear it out. Then this slips on. like that. Put back into the grill, the speaker grill. And it's just kind of twisting on in here. It's designed with a kind of a snap twist type thing. Goes back that way. Let's get these screws back in. Alright, that's it. Let's do a quick cleanup with some all-purpose cleaner, and then we'll go for the beauty shots. Whew! Is it hot in that truck? Well, you know what time it is. It's time for the beauty shot, so let's take a look. Well, there you have it, repairing issues underneath that rug on the dash. All in all, I'm very happy with the results, although I have to tell you there's two things I am concerned about. One is when I took the vent for the heater vent grill, when I popped that off, as you saw, man, that thing exploded into like 1,000 pieces, and I'm pretty sure some of them went down into that air vent. I'm just hoping that's not going to cause a problem for me in the future, meaning it doesn't interfere with any kind of actuator that redirects the airflow, or I just hope it's not sitting down there rattling all the time. That would be a disaster too. The other thing that I'm concerned about is the actual vent, again, for the heater. I don't think it's totally centered the way it should be. I think it's adjusted over to the right just a little bit, but I'm fearful of trying to pop it off and that I might break it because I used quite a bit of force to get it on there. So I guess in some ways today, I didn't want to sweep things under the rug, so I fixed many of those issues, but leaving that heater vent off to the side a little bit and also those pieces down in the heater, maybe I am sweeping some stuff over, under the rug. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you would have done something differently or you have some better ideas, I'd like to hear that too. And until next time, we'll see you on the videos.